Let me share some facts I uncovered in reviewing the current 2022 Yountville budget. According to the schedule, $2,976,000 is scheduled to be paid as salary to our town staff, which includes the 7% pay increase just granted. There are 31 public employees on the town staff, and if you divide $2,976,000 by 31 employees, the average salary of a town employee is $96,023 per year. It gets even better. If we assume that each employee retires at age 60 and has worked for 23 and a half years, they would be entitled to a 70% of their base salary as pension for the rest of their lives. Now, based on just the current salary being paid today, which is $96,023, and they live 20 years to age 80, which is very likely, the town of Yountville will be obligated to pay each of the 31 employees $1,344,334 based upon this 20-year projection. There's even more to consider. If you take the $1,344,000 payment to the employees in retirement times the current 31 town employees, the town of Yountville will be obligated to pay $41,674,000 to our current staff in retirement. This $41,674,000 does not include COLA, which is the cost of living adjustments, and the staggering cost of health care to each current employee for the rest of their lives. Now, granted, the town has set aside close to $8 million to cover. $5 million is to cover the health insurance premiums shortfall, and it's in the other post-employment benefit trust. And $3 million is set aside in the pension rate stabilization plan trust to cover the shortfall projected in the retirement fund here in Yountville. This year, 2022 alone, $325,000 is being taken from our gross revenue and being set aside to cover our pension shortfalls. Next year, if we move into a recession and the stock market continues to fall, and currently it has fallen close to 5,000 points on the Dow Jones Industrial Average, this $325,000 could more than be doubled to make up for this PERS 7% investment objective that will probably not be achieved. This $8 million could have been reallocated to other Yountville budget costs if it had not been needed for retirement benefits. When you're in a hole and you can't get out, you want to stop digging. Now, this is where the town of Yountville is today. Now, what is a solution? Either our council is ignoring the eventual crisis, or the council is unaware of the magnitude of the problem. The solution to our problem is to do what 10 other cities across California has done. First, put a freeze on new hires. Second, if new hires are needed, and they will eventually be needed, they will not be part of PERS, the state-run pension provider. All new hires will be offered a 401k and health insurance. This simple solution will take the burden off the town of Yountville for new hires' pension obligations and their health insurance coverages for the rest of their lives. Now, one of the benefits a Yountville town staffer has with a 401k is that he or she can take that retirement with them if they leave and take another job someplace else. Another benefit is a 401k gives the individual control of their own investments. They don't have to rely on PERS to invest their retirement funds. Now, why should town residents care? As this pension crisis continues to grow, a greater portion of the Yountville budget will have to be allocated each year to covering the unfunded pension liability. This means budgeted funds for other services will have to be curtailed to cover the shortfall in the pension fund. As residents of Yountville, we will all pay a high price if nothing is done. Now, there is some good news. There will be some current Yountville public employees who will leave public service long before achieving a 70% retirement. These grandfathered-in employees that are now part of the current 31 will help reduce the pension obligations to the town of Yountville. All new hires after the freeze, having their own 401k and then leaving, will not affect the town of Yountville's future pension obligations. You don't have to be a CPA to understand simple arithmetic. The town has promised golden retirements to our 31 public employees, and we as taxpayers here in Yountville have to stop the bleeding by putting a freeze on new hires. And when we do hire in the future, the new hires will not be part of PERS. My name is Robert Moore, and I would like your vote in November as Yountville Mayor. Thank you for watching video number 2.